What's up, my peeps? Joshua Smith here with another GSD Mode podcast weekly real estate tip. And now that I'm officially 2 months in to my move to eXp, I want to do a podcast on walking you through how it's going so far. And to be fully honest, eXp has far exceeded my expectations. Some of it is what I was hoping it to be. And there's some areas that far exceeded my expectations. There is one area that I found to be a con that I'm going to break down and cover here with you today as well. But I wanted to break down my 2 full month experience thus far. Okay, the first thing that's just really blown my mind has been the support there. Now, I have a lot of friends, a lot of coaching clients that have been with eXp for a long time. And from my understanding, it hasn't always been this way. But now that eXp is the largest individually held real estate brokerage in the world with over 2,500 full-time staff, I still have a hard time fathoming, fathoming that overall. But 2,500 full-time staff members. The support, again, has been mind-blowing, been insane. I was actually having a conversation with my director of operations, my business partner, Ashley, who's really been with me since day one of building my team, building this whole journey with me. She was the first assistant I ever hired that then just kept climbing the ranks and, is really my right-hand woman has been my right-hand woman, if you will, when it comes to building the real estate business. And I was telling her the other day, I'm like, look, I never thought we had bad support. Like at the previous companies that we were with, I would have never complained about it. But I had no idea what amazing, exceptional support looked like until making this move over. Now, I can't speak to everybody else's experience. I can just go through mine, but there has not yet been a situation where I've needed help, where I've needed support, where I haven't really gotten that help, that support, that answer, that response that I need within like 60 seconds. And it's so refreshing to see an organization that their people operate at the speed that we operate, that see that urgency, that are on top of it, that are there for you to support you every step of the way. And this isn't just country specific. When I need support and help for, when I'm talking with potential agent partners in Dubai or New Zealand or France or wherever, because we're in 24 countries, it's kind of across the board. And because of the fact that we're in 24 countries, there's really essentially 24/7 supporting out the organization. Okay, number 2 thing that really surprised me, that exceeded my expectations, was all of the networking outside of our organization. eXp, and maybe you're aware of this, maybe you aren't aware of this, but this was something that was really sold to me from interviewing eXp's competitors, is that eXp is so siloed, meaning that you join this organization, and within that organization, there could be a lot of great support, but if you're not with other organizations, you're kind of shunned. So that was what I was kind of expecting going in here, of like kind of a us versus them within the organization. Just because, again, that's what competitors kept kind of pounding in my head, which I guess makes sense. They're trying to get me to join them versus joining eXp. My experience has been the complete opposite of that. There's not a week that's gone by where I haven't had multiple mastermind sessions, mastermind meetings with other top agents, other top team leaders, other top builders outside of our organization and other organizations at eXp. Where we're just mastermind, learning, growing, succeeding, swapping ideas, all of the welcoming, just the overall support inside and outside of our organization has been absolutely tremendous. Okay, so thing number 3 that surprised me was the stock option opportunities. When I went into this, I was really just looking at the stock options. It's like a bonus. I was like, hey man, I've been doing this 20 years, sold over 7,000 homes. I've won all these awards, accolades, whatever, and I've got a bunch of trophies, sitting in my garage collecting dust, and it's cool getting a trophy, getting a piece of glass. It's funny, I was again talking with Ashley the other day, and I was walking her through and talking about this. And I was like, yeah, and they're all just sitting in my garage collecting dust. And she's like, well, one of them is my footrest. And she's like, and I'm using it right now. Still in the box. She's using it as a footrest at her desk. And again, awards are nice. It's nice getting those. It makes us feel good. It's nice to be recognized. But I've never had a company that has also rewarded us with stock options to build that future wealth. And again, I knew that this existed, and there's multiple different ways to earn stock while you're at eXp. Number 1, like when you sign up, you close your first transaction, you get a little bit of stock. Every year when you cap, you get a little bit of stock. When you hit Icon every year, which is 20 transactions beyond your cap, you can get your $16,000 cap back in stock options. So there's ways where you get awarded stock. Another way that you get awarded stock is any frontline agent, any agent that you personally sponsor, bring in the organization. When they close their first deal, boom, you can get some stock options there. But then you can also choose to, you don't have to do this, but you can opt into setting aside 5% of your commission dollars to buy stock at a discounted price. So, and look, I knew all of that going into this, but I was really just looking at the stock as man, this is icing on the cake, kind of like a glorified savings account. But now that I'm deeper into the organization, deeper with eXp, developing a lot of friendships with people that have been at this company for a long time, meeting people that built true wealth from the stock. I mean, we're talking 7 figures, 8 figures, several that I've met now that have built up 9-figure net worths from the stock. I wasn't really looking at it as this crazy wealth building opportunity that's awarded to us for doing a lot of the same crap that we're already doing and really capitalizing and maximizing on that. So that was a really nice positive surprise for me of just learning the lengths that we can really take this to if we're focused on it. Okay, number 4, I had no idea that there's different co-op opportunities available inside the organization, whether that be in your own organization with recruiting agents or even outside your organization where you can kind of partner together to support agents. And I'm not going to go into this because it's kind of complicated. If you want to learn more, I'll have a way that you can learn more about this with me. But this came about where, I brought in an agent that booked a call with me, had a conversation with them. They booked a call with me. Somebody else had reached out to me with eXp that had been having lots of conversations with this people. But that person thought, well, I have to make this choice. I got to make this choice whether to go with Josh or go with this other person. And they didn't know about the co-op opportunity. So we were able to do a co-op. Well, now they get the best of both worlds, right? They're getting support and access to the other person that they were talking to, plus support and access for me. I had no idea that existed until I got into the organization, which is really cool because it helps. There's different ways effectively to build your own organization through these co-op opportunities that if you're strategic with this, that can be very advantageous. But then there's also opportunities outside of your organization. And if you don't know much about eXp and you hear me continue talking about the organization, what I mean by this is eXp is, because it's an agent-owned company, there's 3 different ways that we can earn money. So we can earn money by going out there and doing our production, which is what the vast majority do. eXp's got the highest producing real estate agents and team leaders on the planet, at least here in the United States, or so I shouldn't say the planet, but here at least in the US where I'm located. So the vast majority, man, focus on their own production and boom, going out there. They have very, very lucrative splits, especially when you stack in and compare it to all the amazing training, support, systems, tools they offer. Like what their splits are, dude, it's such a win-win. Just that alone would be amazing. So you got that way, number 1. Right, which is what vast majority of us are here doing. We're here to go out there and close deals, produce income in that manner. But then they have 2 other ways, right? Because it's an agent-owned company, like we talked about a moment ago with the stock options, you can earn stock options through your production and through other means that you can go out there and create more stock. But then they also have rev share. So we built to, I don't know, what agent count we're at right now, 80-some thousand agents, fastest growing brokerage, independent brokerage in the world, and largest independent brokerage in the world. And they've done that without having, office managers recruiting or recruiters recruiting. It's all agent to agent, going out there and growing through agent to agent recruiting, right? So those that choose to join you inside your organization, like, okay, when I bring on an agent, that chooses agent, team leader, broker owner that chooses to partner with me at eXp, they name me as their sponsor. And then from there, I'm able to get a little bit of a blip off of each of their closings because, again, I contributed to the growth of the company by bringing that person in. So that's what I mean by organization, right? So this is why it allows, like when I'm talking with agents, they get kind of blown away of, okay, here's all the amazing things eXp offers. Now, on top of that, you get all my coaching, my training, my mentorship. I'm here to partner with you. You get access to me, all my coaching, all my training. I'm going to pour into you at the highest possible level. Get all that 100% for free. On top of that, you get full access to my business partner who I chose as my sponsor, Mike Sherrard, and he's the best in the world when it comes to growing our businesses through social media. Get access to all of his mentorship, training, coaching for free. If you join our organization within eXp, because of that rev share, how that rev share works, anybody that joins us, we get a little bit of piece of that revenue. Again, it's all shared within the organization, right? That's what I mean by organization. So if you hear me talk about that term, that's why I keep bringing that up there. Okay, so surprise at number 6 is recruiting has been much easier than I anticipated. I was pretty confident that it was going to go really well, like meaning just because, again, eXp offers so many, 70 plus live trainings every single week by top producing agents. So the training is amazing. The systems are amazing. The tools are amazing. The support is amazing. Splits are very lucrative. Plus they have multiple different ways for us to go, not just crush it with our production, but build an exit strategy, build wealth and build an exit strategy that doesn't really exist in other organizations out there. I know there's some copycats out there, but eXp is the best at the game at that. But then on top of that, of course, because I'm able to then, I have a vested interest in everybody's growth that choose to partner with me, then they get all of my coaching training, so I knew it was going to be an easier model to attract agents to and partner with agents and team leaders and broker owners on. I didn't know it was going to be this lucrative, this easy though because again, it's just it's so much value packed where it's kind of like a no-brainer to grow inside this organization. So whether it be for individual agents, whether it be for team leaders or individual independent brokerage owners, man, it's just blown my mind about just how little resistance there is that I've experienced in my other 20 years of recruiting agents to recruit them into this company. Because again, they solve all of the issues. I created a video or a podcast last week about as a team leader or broker owner creating a unique selling propositions. I'm like, hey, look, here's what agents want, man. Agents want amazing training and coaching. Agents want amazing support. Agents want amazing tools and systems to grow their business. But then from there, when we look at this, like when you talk to an agent, interview an agent, the vast majority of them will tell you when you ask them, why'd you get into real estate? The answer is pretty much the same for the vast majority. It's, hey, I wanted to have the ability to make as much money as I want to make for me and my family. So, they want to have more income earning opportunities. But then number two, it comes down to, hey, I want to have the ability to control my schedule. I want to be able to eventually have freedom of schedule. Well, this type of a model is the only model that truly gives that, right? Because not only do you have production from your that you can make from your own production business or revenue that you can make from there, but again, you got the stock options, you got the rev share, and there's lots of people out there that build that rev share to a point where now they can go disappear for 6 months and you still got money coming in every single month, right? So it gives that money freedom, time freedom, because there's more ways of making money. But then also creates, we have a vehicle of creating passive income through contributed growth of the organization. I know not everybody wants to take advantage of that and do that, and that's okay. But what I'm finding when it comes to even those that don't want to focus on agent attraction and building up that rev share, recruiting has been so easy because there's just so much damn value for the cost that we have to pay in, where it's just kind of a no-brainer to join this organization. Okay, so number 7, the thing that surprised me here when it comes to rev share. So if you look at the overall organization, overall company, meaning eXp, the stats break down to, I might have this slightly off, so you can fact check me on this, but I believe it's something like 88% of those that are with eXp, agents and team leaders, they are just focused on their production because, again, they offer so much amazing value where it can help you go out and grow your production. And that's why we have the highest producing agents and team leaders out of any brokerage in the country. So the 88% though are just focused on that. Only 12% actually focus on rev share, and also additionally, they're still focused on production, but additionally building up that rev share. So that's what I was planning on, right? About 90% not caring about rev share, and about the other 10%, also caring about that because they really want to build a future retirement plan. They realize that, hey, man, I don't want to be doing this in my 60s and 70s, and I need a different, a vehicle that allows me to build an effective exit strategy and whatnot. But here's what I've discovered in my own personal experience with this, is that pretty much everybody that I talk to, they want to take advantage of the rev share, but they just don't want to go out there and recruit. So with that, we've just figured out ways to solve that problem, to make it super easy on them, or as easy as possible on them, where it's like, hey, look, you don't need to recruit. Now you're going to have to put in some work. What I need you to do is to help them come up with strategies like I would with a lead gen strategy or whatever. When it comes to their production business. So based on their strengths, based on their weaknesses, based on, what they enjoy doing, we come up with the right plan. But I'm like, all you got to do is introductions. So when you're having a conversation with somebody, just, that maybe it's a friend in the industry that you get to know, having that conversation with them where it's like, hey, look, I know you're probably extremely happy where you're at, but if you're open to it, man, I think you'd really benefit from being part of our company. I think your business would greatly grow and you'd really benefit from being a part of our company. And again, if you're open to it, I'd love to schedule a time for you and my mentor to meet via Zoom. And just so everything that we do is 100% zero pressure. So you're not going to be recruited. You're not going to be hollered, sold, none of that. It's just going to walk you through everything that we offer, everything that we do, how we operate. And look, if you feel this is a better environment for you to help you crush your real estate goals, great. And if not, that's okay too. We could still be friends. I'm like, just do the introductions. Then from there, I will jump on the call. Like I'll do the quote unquote recruiting call, even though I don't recruit on those calls. It's just more of a demonstration call of all the amazing things that we offer and what we do. And because again, I operate by a very strict absolute no pressure policy, so there's never recruiting taking place there. But I'll jump on the discovery call with them. I'll walk them through everything. Right? If they decide to move forward, like I will get them onboarded. I will coach them between Mike Sherrod's coaching program, my coaching program, all the eXp training coach. Like we'll coach them, we will train them, we will mentor them, we will get them producing. We'll put them under your downline because we know they came from you because you did the introduction. We all win. This is the best everybody wins model that I've ever seen in my life. So it just makes it very easy for them. So I guess that was a surprise of mine of just discovering that, hey, it's not that 88% of people within eXp or these types of companies don't want to take advantage of the rev share. They do. They just don't want to have to go out there and recruit. And I get it. Recruiting, agents could be a pain, and it's, not always, fun for some. I mean, I love it, but a lot of people don't, right? So then from there, we've just found a great way to go out there and solve that problem, for them, for those inside my organization. Okay, then now I'm leading into the last point here, number 8. Now, this is the one negative that I've had to figure out a way to go out there and solve this. And I believe that we've solved this on a big scale. But because eXp offers so many tools, systems, training, when you first join, you get a series of 20, 30 emails. I didn't count, but it's an insane amount of emails. And it's very overwhelming, and it can take days to figure out what's what, where to go for what, how to operate and do all of this. So the first conversation that I had with Ashley, again, my business partner, director of operations, I went to her and I was like, hey, nobody that we bring on can ever go through this experience. Like, we got to simplify this. So what we've done is, okay, anybody that chooses to partner with us and join with us, as soon as they are joining live and official, we schedule a 60-minute Zoom call with her, because we found in 60 minutes we can get everybody fully dialed in on all the eXp systems, resources, tools, where to go, what to do, so we can remove that, days or weeks worth of overwhelm. Then from there, I immediately, once that's done, book and schedule if they want to. It's not a mandated thing, but pretty much everybody does because it's a big value add. But then I do a one-on-one coaching call with them to make sure that, hey, we got your 2025. Like right now it's 2025, beginning of 2025. So, hey, we got your 2025 plan in place to ensure that you're hitting your 2025 goals. Then from there, I'm able then to walk them through how to navigate, eXp's training. Because again, eXp has, between eXp University and their live sessions every single week, they got like 70 some trainings going on every single week. Then if you look at, okay, between Mike Sherrod's coaching and my coaching, well, we've got over 4 live Zoom coaching sessions every single week that we do with our organization separate from eXp. Then, okay, if you log into my online university where I'm walking you through everything A to Z that I've done in my business that's allowed me to become one of the top agents and team leaders on the planet. And again, everything from goal setting, business planning to your tracking system, CRM, over 50 hours of lead gen training, lead follow-up training, buyer consultations, list, like you name it, it's all in there. Well, then you look at, Mike Sherrod's Social Agent Academy that everybody has full access to, teaching you how to go out there and be the best of the best at whether it be YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you name the social media platform. I'm like, man, so then there's another hundreds of hours worth of training there, plus our, weekly live training. I'm like, it is so easy for people to get lost. Even though it's all this amazing training, all this amazing information, the last thing that we want somebody to do is to get 3 or 4 months into this and just be, training, even though it's great training, but getting trained to death and not taking action. So in that Zoom call that I do, that coaching call, it's okay, let's make sure based on your strengths, your weaknesses, your goals, your market, your unique situation, let's make sure that we get the best strategy plan in place for you. Then I'm able to navigate and walk through how to then navigate and utilize all of these tools that we have available to you and all this additional coaching and training, to make sure that we support you at the highest level hitting your goals. And then, of course, anybody that is part of our group, our organization, has as much access as they need to us because we're partners through this journey. So we have a huge vested interest in their overall success. So the one negative was, again, it's like being hit with a waterfall, man. It's like drinking from a fire hose because you got all this amazing stuff. So we had to solve internally on our end of okay, how do we consolidate this to make this a great experience and get people producing as fast as absolutely possible. So those are the 8 overall things, if you will, about my experience in the last 60 days. Most of them have been great pros, the one con. And again, this has been an amazing experience. The biggest thing that I'm kicking myself over and over and over about, though, is I wished I would have opened my eyes and saw this opportunity 10 years ago. The first 5 years, because I've known about eXp for about 10 years now, for the first 5 years, to be honest with you, I call it ignorance on my behalf. meaning that I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. I thought it was some kind of like multi-level marketing thing. It's a real estate company. It's not a multi-level marketing company, but because of how they've structured their rev share, they've structured the rev share like a multi-level marketing company, right? Where you get paid 7 levels deep, which really allows you to go out, like you bring on an agent, then that agent brings on an agent, that agent brings on an agent, that agent brings on an agent, go 7 levels deep. So you get paid on all of those. So yes, the rev share portion of how we get paid out is structured and built like a multi-level marketing company. So I just saw this though, this is just some freaking pyramid Ponzi scheme. I was the biggest critic, biggest hater, on the model initially. Didn't know how they were going to pull this off, make this work. So the first 5 years was that. But then the last 5 years, like I knew the model worked. It had been proven. I had friends there just murdering it and crushing it and, them showing me their paychecks and what they built and what they did. So the last 5 years has been ego. It was just getting over my own damn ego. I'm like, oh, dude, why would I go, I'm going to build my own thing, do my own thing. Why would I leave my own thing and go over here and build under somebody else's umbrella? But once I was able to give up that ego and be like, hey, this isn't about my ego. This is about what is the best environment to support our team leaders, our agents, our brokerage owners that want to come over here and maybe wrap in a team or do what I'm doing, kind of building a brokerage inside of a brokerage. Like what is the best, when I started obsessing over what is the best environment for agents and for everybody to collectively work together to succeed at the highest level, then it was a no-brainer. But I had to give up that ego. So I'm kicking myself for, not seeing this model over the last 10 years, but what's the saying out there? Best time to plant a tree 10 years ago, next best time to plant a tree is today, right? So, really glad and ecstatic I made the move. I'm even more certain now, 60 days into this, that this was the right decision. I've been more damn excited my 20-year journey of selling real estate and being part of this real estate industry as I am right now, which is kind of a breath of fresh air. After being in the industry for 20 years, like it get a little tiresome over time. So it's nice having all of that energy and that refreshing, feeling and just that excitement that I've never had in this 20-year journey. So I'm going to end it with this. If you are interested in learning more about partnering with me at eXp, if you're an agent, I don't care what level that, maybe a brand new agent, seasoned agent, team leader, mega team leader, brokerage owner, love to, have a conversation with all of you about what this opportunity could look like, how we work, how we operate. And as I said earlier, everything I do is zero pressure. So you're never going to, my promise to you is I'll never try to recruit you. Not going to sell you, push you, pressure you. Look, I don't want anybody partnering with me that doesn't fully, with every fiber of their being, truly believe that this is the right path for them. And anybody that I've had calls with can tell you that. Like I'm telling people all the time, they're like, well, what should I do? I'll answer their questions. I'm like, look, you need to come to your own decision, your own conclusion. I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to pressure you. I think it's really important for you. This is a big move. It's really important for you to make sure that you are making that right decision for yourself, for your family, for your future. So if this is something though, just jump on a 30-minute Zoom call where I can walk you through, again, what we're doing, how we operate, what we offer, how we might be able to help you and together grow and scale and explode our real estate businesses. If that's something that you want to do, go to www.gsdmode.com/partner. Got nothing to lose, everything to gain. Like I said, not here to push you. If you're like an Josh, not interested at all, doesn't look, like I promise you we could still be friends. I will not hard sell you or hold it against you. So again, if that's something you're interested in scheduling, go to www.gsdmode.com/partner. All right, guys, keep crushing it. Keep up the amazing work, and I will see you next time. Peace.